Pumpkin King art, fan art, and prop replicas. Here we are again, back at the bench today with another project. Today's project is again going to be mostly made from stuff from Dollar Tree. Today's project in mind is sort of a DIY flower pot / bouquet. This is going to be another Halloween prop project. I have already started some prep work on the project. Like I have already, you have to remove this from the Carveable Pumpkin. So I'm wanting to put the skull on top. I'm going to hot glue in there. And then I am going to attach the bouquet coming out of his skull. Alright, I believe I found my center of gravity, so now I'm going to start trying to hot glue the skull to the base. Alright, let's talk about some of the flowers. So the ones I picked out, there was these black flowers with the silver spiders, and the purple flowers with the eyeballs and some spiders. They also had some red flowers and other black flowers that had like different types of skulls. They had like black skulls and silver skulls. But these are the ones I decided for this project. No matter how simple the project, always remember your safety gear. Alright. Thinking I may have to take the skull back loose and cut a hole out in the pumpkin and maybe put some rocks in it or something to weight it down. think it looks good. It's just I'm going to have to weigh it down to make sure it doesn't fall over. Alright, let's start the process for prep work so we can weigh it down. That's not going to work. Alright, so I'm going to go outside and see if I can find some rocks somewhere. Alright, I found me some different types of rocks outside. I'm going to try and throw them in the hole and weigh it down. I guess if you lived in the city or something and didn't have access to rocks like we do out here in the woods, I guess you could probably buy a bag of marbles or fish rocks like they have at the Dollar Tree, or something that was maybe, I also think have some glass pieces. That would probably weigh it down pretty good. But rocks are laying out here everywhere and they're free, so that's what I'm going to use. I think that's probably enough. I think I may have to get some of my black acrylic paint out and touch this up a bit. Alright, so I'm going to have to wait for my glue gun to heat back up. Alright, I think the hot glue gun might be ready. Let's go try this again. I may end up having to pour water or something into the skull to weigh it down as well. That's not working. Alright, so I funneled in some water into the skull to try and help balance it out. Still having some issues. I've also took some black electronic zip ties. Something you can also get at Dollar Tree for cable management. And I've taken zip tied some of these together. I'm going to try this again. giving it some time to set up. Let's see how it's doing on its own now. Well, not too bad. It's going to hold up decently. So this is what I rigged up to funnel the water down in. I took me a straw and took me a small funnel and put it down in one of the holes where I put one of the flowers through, and I poured some water in it. The weight has helped out. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to touch it up with a little bit of black acrylic paint. I'm not too worried about this looking extremely nice. I'm just pretty much using this to cover up a wire for another one of my projects. But you could do all kinds of stuff with this, like you could recoat the pumpkin in it's called paper clay, air dry paper clay. You could take and cut out the mouth and the eyes and the nose on the skull here and rework it. You could put some resin teeth in it. Off of Amazon, you can order resin teeth that look fairly realistic. Take you either some latex acrylic caulking and go back over top of this, and you could readjust its looks and add skin, and there's a lot of potential for these nice cheap little things at Dollar Tree for Halloween this year. Alright, I think I'm about done with this. Alright, the reason why I was working on this project to begin with was actually for another project. So I took and made me a picture frame to put an old tablet I had. It won't stay charged, and the screen's trying to come out, the keyboard's broke. But I can play videos on it. I got a video from ATMOS FX called Unliving Portraits, and it plays a spooky video of a portrait on the tablet screen. So I went about making this one was I took some furring strips. It is 1x2 furring strips. You can find these at Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, pretty much any type of lumber store. Then I took my routing table and I routed this out. I took and routed it a couple of times to make this groove here. Just I think it's a regular round bit. And then the other side, to make the frame look fancy, I used, I think it's called a Roman Augie bit, and I took and made this pretty little design on the other side. And then I have a hand miter saw, and I took and got it to a similar size as my tablet, and I took and mitered 45-degree angles, and then I took and glued it all together. One suggestion I have for anybody, if you are interested in doing this, I would use a Dremel to Dremel out a spot for a cord to plug up into the tablet. I used the router and it knocked a corner off, but that's going to be fine because part of the flower is going to hide the corner a little bit, and then it is going to hide my cable because my tablet will no longer stay charged. I took good care of my tablet. It's just HP made these things really junky. Like, I had it just setting, and I had it setting in a tablet tray for a long time, and then the screen started coming out. This thing's actually starting to go back in it since I've been putting it in this frame, but this frame, the screen started trying to come out of it, and then one of the first things happened, like I said, it was really good to it, the keyboard broke. But it does make a very good thing to play media on for this wonderful Halloween project. Alright, it's not doing too bad of a job at hiding the wire. I think this might look pretty good tonight. May have to come back and do another video when everything's dark and I got everything turned on. If you're wondering how I got the look of my haunted picture frame, what I done was I make my own black walnut wood stain. It's getting about time for that. I might have to do a video on how you do that. So I took in my black walnut wood stain and took a brush and brushed it on all the wood, and then I took and coated in extra glossy Mod Podge to give it a good finish. You also could use just a regular wood finish, but for such a small project I thought, why not just use a little bit of Mod Podge I had laying around. Yeah, it's looking good and I think it's going to work. We're back and it's nighttime now. Everything seems to be looking pretty good. Here's a little bit of a preview of some of my Halloween decorations this year. Please like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and DeviantArt. Have a blessed day.